with you kind of going into this like honest motherhood journey, kind of realizing like we need more honesty for moms listening that are like, oh, I have such a hard time like being vulnerable and like really sharing. What's your advice for them? Like, why should moms be more honest in their motherhood journey, and what kind of benefit can that bring to them?
Find your safe person. I think we all have, one or two or three or four or five, depending on the person, people that we, you know, feel like we can tell our deepest, darkest secrets to, and start there. And start small. You don't have to divulge your life story to everyone and share your really hard moments, but start with like your safe person, whether it's like your husband or your sister or your mom or your best friend, or maybe it's a stranger at the grocery store. Like,
Mhm.
whoever you feel most comfortable, start there and start small and then work your way up. And then I find the more you talk about it, the more you realize that almost every other mom out there has also struggled or is struggling at some point,
Mhm.
depending on her circumstances and her situation. But I always, when a mom tells me that she's pregnant and it's super early and she's not really telling anyone, I always say, go tell the lady at the grocery store, because you want to get it off your chest. And
Mhm.
the lady in the grocery store doesn't know, like, your mom and your aunt and your best friend, and so no one's gonna know. But you're not like holding this. When you're like holding something in and you're holding this secret, you feel like someone's like sitting on your chest. And that's
Mhm.
the same thing when you're going through like the ups and downs and the depths that can be motherhood and a postpartum journey. And so just like let go of one thing, release one thing. And then I find the more you start talking about it, the more, the easier it'll get. And then people will start reciprocating and sharing with you. And then it just becomes this dialogue and this conversation, rather than you feeling like you're spilling your guts to
Mhm.
someone. And also too, that there's nothing wrong with therapy ever. At
Mhm.
any point in your journey, there can be such a stigma around mental health, as we know, and there is not enough support for maternal mental health and postpartum mamas by any means. We have so long to go. But speaking to someone and just having that safe space
Mhm.
to spill your secrets without fear of judgment, or men like to fix things, and your
Mhm.
husband wanting to fix all your problems. It's this nice space to feel comfortable and sharing maybe where you're struggling. So yeah, start with your safe person and don't be afraid of therapy, because it can make a world of a difference in such a short amount of
Mhm.
time.
Yeah, totally agree on that. The therapy, like if you just feel like, yeah, you have things you want to like get off your chest, or you're just feeling a little off, like even just, I feel like it just helps just to like express our own emotions, because sometimes we don't even know how we feel about something until we kind of
Mm-hmm.
start talking to someone, and we're like, oh, I'm actually really upset about that, or actually like this makes me feel this way. And so yeah, that alone I think is just really powerful.
Yeah, and we carry so much on our shoulders in motherhood. We manage it all, and so then when you're also carrying the weight of your own feelings and emotions, it can just feel like another thing you're having to do and another thing you're having to worry about. So just like letting it go and releasing it, even like writing it down in a journal or like on your phone before you go to bed, just like getting it out will release maybe one less thing that you're carrying
Mhm.
through this season of your life.
Yeah, I love that.